Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2 and the start of Season 7 and our first season in the Vanarama National League. So after the end of last season, which was, quite frankly, one of the most incredible seasons I think I've ever played in Football Manager, we got promoted, we won the FA Trophy, we got the FA Cup second round as well. We're now here at the very, very top of non-league football in the National League. So hello, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Today, when you're watching this 14th of March, it's actually my birthday. I'm turning 22 today, which is the grand old age of 22. So I'm another year older now, another year having played Football Manager, and another year less of playing Football Manager in the future now, because I'm older, so there's pros and cons. Anyway, we've been very busy over summer. If you've not checked out Twitter, I tweeted yesterday about some financial stuff. I think that's probably the best place to go, first of all, in terms of finances. So, as we got promoted, we need to have a bigger stadium. So the rules for Vanarama National League are, if we have a quick look at them, rules, it says right down here, stadium needs to be 4,000 capacity and 500 seats. Now, we have a stadium capacity of about 3,500. We had to have it increased to be in the league below us last season. We had to increase it again this season to 4,000. So, currently over summer, it's still going on right now actually, but the stadium is being expanded to, if we look at facilities, it's being expanded up to an extra 500 seats and 750 standing. So, it's going to be around 4,500. So, if we get to League 2, again, another expansion is needed because in the Football League, you need at least 5,000 seats. So if that happens eventually, when it happens eventually, we'll have to do that as well. But it's going to cost us £750,000, which is a lot. However, half of that comes as a grant and half of it comes as a loan. So it hasn't really affected our finances in terms of looking at this screen. It's not affecting anything here. We still made a lot of money from the FA Trophy last season, winning that and promotion and things like that. As you can see, the big spike in income here is because of the not just the FA Trophy, but also the grant and the loan that we got for the stadium. What that means is we are going to be paying off per month 3.1k for this bank loan. Also, we're still paying off the bank loan for the stadium expansion from the season before that, and this bank loan, which I'm not quite sure what it is, unless that is a stadium as well. I don't know what that one is. I'm not quite sure what these two are. They look quite low, don't they? For £44,000 and £25,000. That could be stadium, I don't know, but this one definitely is stadium. So overall per month, we're paying 4.2k per month of our debt, basically. And our sponsors aren't going to help us either, because we're only getting, what, £35,000 at most in sponsorship. So not a lot. Either way, that's the financial situation. It's better than it was. It was at one point minus £166,000. So it's much better than it had been at one point. And of course, the stadium will be expanded. I think it's by November or October by the time we finish, so that'll be pretty good. On to the transfers then. And, I mean, it's been difficult. It's been very difficult to sign players because no one wants to join us because we're at the bottom of the pile for this division, so no one really wants to join us. The players that we had scouted were either going to be not wanting to play at our level or probably weren't an improvement on players that we already had. So I felt like it was a bit difficult to sign players. And as you can see, only 7 players signed, or 8 players. No, 7 players signed. Only 2 permanent, or 3 permanently, 4 on loan. But that's the lowest amount that we've seen in any season so far. So we'll get through this pretty quickly. The first player is I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Wari or Jari. Either way, he's that Brazilian guy that we mentioned a few episodes ago, who was released, meant to be really good. And we said we might sign him because he's Brazilian. And that happened. He's Brazilian. So we signed him on a non-contract terms, which is quite nice. Only 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential, but he's Brazilian. So that's kind of why we signed him. Had been at Man City. He's now here. Won't really be starting this season. Going to be more of a backup. In fact, he's apparently in the 23 team. So let's rectify that. Put him into the senior squad. There he is. Rari. Now, last season we had Mark Mason starting up front for us. This season, we're going to have him and Jonathan Brown, who's on loan from Ipswich, starting up front. As you can see, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. We've got another great striker in there with the hope that this season we'll win games by outscoring the opposition. Not necessarily keeping them out with clean sheets. It'll be outscoring, I think. But he comes in from Ipswich on loan, should be a decent player. Has never played anywhere competitively, but last season got 6 and 12 for Ipswich youth team, and the season before that didn't even play very many games for them. So he should be a good, decent striker at this level. Hopefully he'll form a nice partnership with our man Mark Mason. Jamie Belcher also comes in from Walsall on loan. He is a central midfielder. He can play as a Carrillo, which is quite an important position I'd like to have. Also box-to-box midfielder, so offers a bit more of a different dimension in that attack. As I say, he's been at Walsall his entire career, not gone out on loan anywhere, so he's going to get his first professional appearance for us. Free transfer now, James Dutton, France. He comes in as a centre-back, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Could be relatively decent, I think. Was at Sheffield United since he started his career, but never really didn't break into their first team at all, just played youth games for them. We needed to just strengthen the back line a little bit, and I think this guy should be decent enough for this season at least. So welcome, James Dutton, France. Another defender, Ben Clark Eden, comes in on loan as well. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. More of a rotation player, I think, but he's already got his first team status, so we will expect to see him get across very soon. But again, he'll be a good backup for this season, I think. Interestingly, he's actually made Football League appearances, 6 of them for Bradford in League One. Hasn't particularly played very well, but did play relatively well for Bradford Park Avenue on loan a few seasons ago in the league below us. So I reckon he's about ready to make the step up and would be a good player for us this season. Darren White up next from Cambridge, another player on loan. He's a goalkeeper. We tried to get Jed Andrew back again, but Luton didn't want to let him go, unfortunately. And actually, I don't think Darren White is actually as good, which is a bit of a shame. We're going to keep an eye out for more goalkeepers, but He's got Football League appearances, to be fair, and kept a clean sheet for Cambridge in League 2 last season. So that's hopeful. But he's not as good as Jan Andrew, I don't think. So that worries me a little bit. But for now, he's our first choice keeper. Has got potential for League 1, though, in the future. So if he does play well this season, maybe we can try and sign him at some point if he's got that kind of potential. And finally, you know all about him. Spencer Keller rejoins us, but this time permanently on a free transfer, 2.5-star current ability, 3-star potential. But we know all about him. We know he's a decent player, and we know that he's going to do some good stuff for us this season after having a pretty decent season with us last year, scoring 4 goals and 3 assists in 25 appearances. So it's not quite as impressive as last season's intake, is it? We're going to keep our eyes out for more players across the season. Of course, as a non-league team, we can sign players outside transfer windows that are in for the Football League. So we will keep our eye out, but it's not really been that good. We just haven't been able to attract good players that are going to improve our squad. In case you're interested, a few players did leave, but I don't think they played any part of last season at all. Camwell, Ganiyu, Bird and Danaher, all gone. We won't miss them. What that means is for the pre-season preview is that we are going to be fighting relegation probably. Season preview, we're down in 21st. The best of all the promoted sides, almost as good as Morecambe's chance of survival, but it's not making for good reading there. The National League, though, has changed its makeup from what it is today, I suppose. There's a lot of teams in here that you wouldn't expect to be in here. We've got Grimsby Town back in here, so this is going to be a big local rivalry. I mean, in real life, Grimsby and Lincoln City are the big rivals, but right now it's Grimsby and Lincoln United, which is very embarrassing for Grimsby. Even more embarrassing, though, is Scunthorpe, also down in the National League, currently in League 1 in real life. So this is going to be a big embarrassment for them to have to play us rather than Lincoln City or Grimsby or Hull or something like that. So there are going to be a lot of rivalries in here. Where is Boston, do you ask? Because they got promoted the season before us from the Vanarama National League. Well, actually, they got promoted again last season and currently find themselves in the playoffs of League 2 after winning one and drawing one of their opening 2 games. So Boston are doing very well on a big upward trajectory. Either way, today we're opening our National League campaign against Wrexham. Wrexham are a very decent side, so I don't really hold out much hope, but I think this formation that worked very well for us last season could maybe pull a few surprises, and I think we should escape relegation, but I don't think we'll escape it by much. Either way, we're going to see how it goes on today. So, we've got the new goalkeeper, White, in goal on loan, of course, with a very familiar backline. Dale, Wakely and Cook, with only Dutton France coming in to make a change there. Very, very familiar midfield four, as Turiak, Howell, Hall and Griffiths retain their positions from last season. And the only change up front is that Brown comes in as that pressing forward, and Mason obviously continues as an advanced forward. So, very similar teams to last season. We're going to keep our eye out for more players because I do think we need them. At the same time, though, we won promotion. We won the what do you call it? The FA Trophy last season as well. So we do know it. This is a good side that can win games against better opposition. But if we want to really progress and eventually win promotion from this division, we are going to sign better players. Right then, kickoff's upon us, and this is the first game of the season for us. This could be pivotal for the rest of the season. Now, we're not expected to do well this season, so picking up 3 points where we can is going to be huge. If we can limit teams, if we can not lose at home, if we can try and turn Ashby Avenue into a fortress, that would be fantastic. Now, I'm very interested to see the attendance in the second half. It will tell us in the second half what the attendance is. We took a good 2,500 fans to Wembley for the FA Trophy final. Hopefully, that bit of boost in reputation, seeing us win something like that, and knowing that we can attract 2,500 fans, I'd like to see us try and get an average attendance of 750 this season, which is going to be difficult. I don't think we even managed 500 as our average attendance last season. I think we may have just missed out on that, but it's a bigger division. We've got a bigger audience, and hopefully some big away fans are going to be coming. Unfortunately, Wrexham do go 1-0 up in the game. Nice free kick there from them. Hopefully, though, we can bring it back. We know we've got the quality to. We do know we've got the quality to, because we did win the FA Trophy as Jonathan Brown, on his debut for us, scores his first goal of the season, getting on the end of Turek's corner, bring it immediately back to 1-0, which is really nice to see. We're not being brought down by going 1 goal down. We're really fighting for it. Wrexham, though, do have another chance to come forward as they try and work the ball into middle. Hall gets the tackle in there, to be fair, and Griffiths can try and launch a bit of a counter-attack as he puts the ball up towards our strikers, but no one really reaches it, so Wrexham can just clear it out from the back. Zach Brown on the ball out towards Belcher, who puts his ball forward to Dale, though, who does make the interception. And I've had a big pop-up from Apple telling me to update some stuff, get rid of that. I didn't see what happens, but we have got the ball in the middle of the pitch as Howe puts out wide to Griffiths. Griffiths looking to put the cross into the area, into Mark Mason. Goal disallowed, though. He is just offside. But that is great, to be fair. You know, got some great move going there. Shows that we can get the ball in behind their defence and score goals. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. We've got another chance as well through Griffiths once again. Howe now on the ball looking to come forward once again. He gets tackled though, unfortunately, and Wrexham have another chance to come forward again. The ball forward again, not good. Dutton France on the ball. The new boy plays out to Dale, who messes it up completely. Fortunately though, Wrexham don't capitalise. Been an exciting first half, I've got to say. Exciting first half. I'm pleased with what I've been seeing so far, and lucky not to be ahead. Obviously, the linesman took a goal away from us, but I think it probably was correct. I'd definitely take a draw against Wrexham. I think Wrexham are a decent side that are looking for promotion in recent seasons, so I think a draw against them would be good. So we start the second half. I'm very excited to see what the attendance is, but I do feel like I'm going to be underwhelmed here. It's 1,339, but 744 are away fans. That's a big effort from Wrexham. So how many are home fans then? Let me get the calculator out on this one. 1,339 minus 744. 595 home fans. So we are outnumbered, but that is good for the average attendance, and it's good for the club coffers as well, because that's a lot of tickets that have been bought. Howell has just picked up a knock as well, so we are going to take him off. Let's not risk him on the first game of the season. Let's bring Belcher on for him, I think. I reckon we'll bring him on, but swap Hall and Belcher around just like that. I think that they'll prefer those kind of positions. That is a big effort from Wrexham to come to Lincoln with that many fans, to be fair. I'm impressed, I've got to say. It gives us a good head start as well on our average. I want 750 as the average attendance this season, so that is pretty good. That's a good barometer. That's going to help us boost that towards the end of the season when undoubtedly we play against, I don't know, who are we going to play against? We'll play against, well, I can already tell you, we'll play against, where is it? Where are they? I'm sure they're in our division. I'm sure they got promoted. Oh, there they are, Kingstonian. I'm already waiting for Kingstonian to come to our place, bring about 2 fans, and the grand attendance will be about 400 total. 20 minutes or so left in the game. We need to make some changes, and actually Mark Mason has not played well today. We're going to swap him and Brown around, and we're going to bring Turner on for Mason, see if we can grab another goal out of somewhere. I'm also tempted to give Ben Clark-Eden a run out as well, but I don't want to change things at the back too much. So they're the only changes that we'll make for now, I think. Defence has played pretty well today, I've got to say, considering Wrexham are odds-on favourites to win this game, obviously. We've got a few minutes left, though. Hopefully Turner coming on will just change our dynamic a little bit. Let's go to balanced. I mean, I'd take a draw against Wrexham, obviously, but to try and grab a win would be really good. We've already seen us score 2 goals, just one was disallowed, but Wrexham coming forward. Oh, White with a decent save there, to be fair. That is a must save. He had to save that. They've got the corner, though. Saunders putting it in, and it's not been cleared. And it's gone in the back of the net. Wrexham may have just snatched all 3 points at the death, and I think that's undeserved. I think a draw is the correct result, if I'm honest with you. Come on, lads. We've got 4 minutes of added time. Gone on to very attacking, but it's not going to be enough, is it? The referee's going to blow for full time in a second. Turiak gets a clearance in, to be fair, and we nearly win the ball there. But the referee does blow the whistle. Despite our best efforts, we have lost on the opening day of the season. We can't be too cross, though. Wrexham are probably one of the favourites for promotion this season. I forgot to see where they were in the season preview, but I know that they've done pretty well in previous seasons. The last 3 seasons for Wrexham have been 3rd, 8th and 9th, so they are a very good side. They're also a professional side as well. I forgot to mention this earlier. I think a vast majority of the sides in the Vanarama National League now, they're all professional sides. We're still part-time, so this is going to be even more difficult for us to grab a hold of this division. Like Crawley, for example, they are professional. Let's keep going down. Dagenham, professional. Dover, professional. Eastleigh, semi-professional. Grimsby, professional. Harrogate, professional. Hartlepool, professional. Hereford, semi-professional. Kingstonian, semi-professional. Lincoln, semi-professional, of course, but Morecambe, professional. Newport, professional. Northampton, professional. Scunthorpe, professional. You get the point. More teams than not are professional in this division, which is going to make it even harder for us. Howe's only out for 3 to 4 days, which is fine. He'll be back for the Eastleigh game, which is very good. But, to be fair, Eastleigh could be a good game if they're also part-time. That could be an interesting game. Hopefully that's a game we'll pick 3 points up in. To be fair, the next 2 games, Eastleigh and Kingstonian, are probably must-win games because they're both part-time teams that we should probably look to be beating, but we're not going to do the next episode. Next episode, we're going to do Scunthorpe in one of the first of the Lincolnshire derbies of this season. Grimsby coming up not long after that as well. So it's an exciting time for us playing against some really good local sides. So Scunthorpe and Woking next episode. Look forward to that one. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you have enjoyed it and our first foray into the National League. Wasn't quite the win, but it wasn't a letdown. I think we've got a promising future this season. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.